It's nice easing back into old routines, only now with extra care. Let's do it for ourselves, for our loved ones, for everyone's safety.
Hurry up, let's go. Let's go.
And staying safe starts at home.
Nice.
From how we work and learn, to the little ways we find joy. If you must head out, take extra care. Making a small effort, being mindful, they go a long way to keeping us all safe. The health of all depends on each one of us. So let's work together, using new tools and keeping to our new habits to protect the people we love. At work, let's all be good team players.
Good morning. How are you? Good.
A little distance between us today will be good for us all tomorrow. A little care can protect the one thing that means the world to us. So let's do our part.
The views and opinions expressed by the speaker, host, commentator, or other third party in Ariva webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass are those of the speaker, host, commentator, or third party and do not necessarily reflect and represent the views and opinions of Ariva. Furthermore, Ariva does not warrant, express, or imply the merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose of any product information, service, or process presented by the speaker, host, commentator, or third party, and Ariva specifically disclaims any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any product information, service, or process presented. Finally, material or information presentation, opinion, process, or service on any trade name, trademark, manufacturer, or otherwise during Ariva webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass do not constitute or imply Ariva's endorsement or recommendation of such opinion, process, service, item, or organization.
Titignan ko mag-work. Kasi yun, anjir. Pero 1 year din yun. 1 year course pa naman pa. Catcher pa ba ako? Catcher muna ako. Okay. Go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ariva Academy's free live webinar with the topic SafetyWorks, Healthy and Safe Work Environment, Mitigating and Preventing the Spread of COVID-19 in the Workplace. I'm Kate, and I will be with you the whole morning as your host. And also, I'll be listening to our speaker and learning with everyone. And I'm excited to be with everyone. But before I introduce our speaker, here are some reminders to make sure that this webinar will run smoothly.
Nakapin na ko eh.
Ariva is committed to protecting your privacy, hence stricter security of this webinar has been implemented. So for better viewing of your Zoom experience, we encourage you to please update your Zoom application by visiting their website. And for those of you who are using their mobile gadgets to view this webinar, you can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store so you can download and install the Zoom app.
Oh, stop siya rin. Definitive yun. Diba?
And I want to know who here is attending an Ariva Academy webinar for the first time. Can you type hi in the chat box? And I have seen that a lot of you are coming from out of town. You can also type where you're located right now. I am here in Parañaque. It's very sunny this morning. I hope you are all having good weather wherever you are. Please type in also your location. Hi! Wow, we have a lot of first-time attendees. Habulin ko. Hi, Christine. Hi, Rachel from Baguio, Margarita. Also, we have someone from Parañaque. Dennis is from Batangas. From Davao, Marceliano. From Batangas, Ronald. Jensen, Armando, Iloilo. From Dapitan. We have from Makati, Anifel. Hi. Juvie from Taguig. Okay. Bilis. Jonathan from Makati also. We have Herson from Antipolo. JV also from Parañaque. From Zamboanga del Norte, Randy. From Alabang, from Jensen. From Cavite, Cristal. Dapitan, Mary Jane. From CDO, we have Lloyd. Pampanga, John Patrick. From Tagum, Haramia. From Binondo, we have Patrick. From Butuan, Ezra. From Iligan, wow. We have Johnny from Iligan, Zamboanga, Rechi, Batangas, Ronilo, Zamboanga City and Zamboanga del Norte from Cavite. From Kidapawan, North Cotabato, Joanne, hello, magandang umaga from Occidental Mindoro, Anna, Surigao. We have Jessamine, who's also from Bataan, Laika from Pampanga. From Caloocan, we have Iris. From Cavite, Arlene. Mandaue. That's Cebu, right? We have Hassan. Batangas, we have Mary Faye. Arthur is from Davao. We have participants coming from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. From Cebu, we have Ruel. From Taguig, hello. Neighbor, Florabelle. Bernadette is from Pampanga. Hi, Aishar. We have from Dasmariñas, Cavite. Hi, Cesario. Rinalyn from Bataan. And Arvin from Lipa. From Cavite also. Jenaline. From Ilocos, Mac. Good morning to you too, Kim. Hello, Catherine, our neighbor who's just from Las Piñas. Maya Abak to all. From Pampanga, hi Roland, sana tama yung pagkakabasa ko yun. We are from Lucena, Manuel Joshua. From Santa Rosa, Maria Alpha. We have someone from Marikina, Chena, hi. And Sheena. Magandang umaga din sa'yo, Jenice. And to you, Alex, from Taguig. From Quezon City, we have Emily. From Masbate, Jocelyn. Really, we are all excited to be with you. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, we are well represented here this morning. We are very much excited to welcome everyone to our Ariva Academy. Now let us do an audio check. I want to make sure that once our speaker is on screen, you will be able to listen to him and hear his discussion clearly. So, can you type 111 in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear? You can also type 222 if you can hear me, or 2121 if you can hear me, but the sound that you're hearing is breaking up, or I sound laggy or robotic. You can also type question mark if you don't understand what's happening, so we can help you out. So far, everyone is typing 111. That's good to know. Very good. Thank you for that. Now later this morning, we'll have a 5-minute break and a quick activity will happen during that break time. I'll announce it. Now, participants' microphones will be temporarily disabled by our administrator during the discussion to avoid interruptions. But for those of you who might have questions, you can click the raise hand button. We will allow you to unmute yourself and ask your question directly to our speaker. But for those of you who are a bit on the shy side, don't worry, you can still ask your question by typing it in the chat box. And then during the Q&A portion, I will be reading it. E-certificates of attendance will be awarded to participants who will successfully finish the entire virtual masterclass, and they will be available 3 to 5 days after the evening session. Please help us build and improve our service with your relevant comments and feedback. Scan the QR code flash on your screen that will bring you to the feedback form. Fill that out at the end of our session, send it back to us. We will greatly appreciate it. So there you go. Now I'm sure you're all excited to listen to our speakers, so let me introduce him. Our speaker for today is an occupational health physician and occupational medicine specialist by profession. Prior to joining the government service, he was an industrial physician of a telecommunications group. He was also the occupational health physician of an information technology business process management company and another telecommunications company. He was the former clinic director of health maintenance and the former head of the industrial and occupational health department of the University Physicians Medical Center. Right now, he's connected with the Occupational Safety and Health Center as one of its occupational health officers. He's a diplomate and a fellow of the Philippine College of Occupational Medicine. He is also the current chapter vice president of the college Quezon City chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our speaker, Dr. Jeremiah Martin Lorante.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Okay. Good morning, Miss Kate, and welcome to everyone. May napansin pala akong mga nasa government service din na kasama natin ngayon. And nung nalaman ko, akala ko lang kasi puro private eh. Nung nalaman ko na may government, dali-dali akong kumuha ng last minute changes because I have to add certain issuances that is very relevant to the government sector right now, lalo na't may pandemya. Very, very important. And not only that, hello, yes po. Sorry. So, and may napansin din ako coming from Leyte, maupay nga aga. Can I share my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Ariva Academy's SafetyWorks webinar. I understand this is a free webinar, but I want you to learn from this discussion po no, na mayroon tayo ngayon, lalo na paano na tayo from pandemic to endemicity So COVID-19 is here to stay, but definitely we have to move on. Kailangan natin mag-move on din at kailangan magkaroon ng time to move on. So we really have to prepare our businesses and our organization. Okay. So I will be discussing about mitigating and preventing the spread of COVID-19 in the workplace, and several assurances will be mentioned along the way. And if should you have any questions, please feel free to type in, and then maybe our Miss Kate will be collecting them, and then understand there will be an open forum later on. Okay? Moving on. Ito, review lang po tayo no po. COVID-19 is actually comes from the coronavirus family. This particular virus actually causes various illnesses sa tao, sa hayop, and it could range from very benign disease entities like yung simpleng sipon to very severe disease entities such as MERS, SARS, and recently yung COVID-19. Again, COVID-19 ang sakit or the coronavirus disease 2019 is the name of the disease, and it is caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. So, ang pangalan ng virus ay SARS-CoV-2. Ang pangalan ng sakit ay COVID-19. This was discovered actually in Wuhan, China in December 2019, kaya 2019, COVID-19. Okay? Now, as the disease progresses po, no, I mean, as time goes by, there had been a lot of variants na create or na develop, and we have to take note po no, na viruses are very anong tawag nito, hindi siya ganun ka yung kanyang structure, hindi siya ganun ka strong as opposed to the bacteria, to the parasites. So they can easily be mutate. Yun. So kaya nagkaroon ng maraming variants. So may mga variants, right, na mga variants of concerns. Ito yung Alpha, Beta, Delta, Omicron. May mga subcategories na po yung iba dito. So, kaya tinatawag silang variants of concern kasi mataas ang effect, malaki ang effect or impact nito sa sa transmission. Malaking impact nito sa public health measures na inimpose ng bawat ng gobyerno. No? So, kaya tinawag siyang variant of concern. Lahat po ng variants, nagsisimula po siya as variants of interest. Ito yung walang kasiguraduhan kung ano maging epekto ng variant na ito sa public health protocols, safety health protocols. Kaya variant of interest muna siya. Ngayon, kung hindi naman siya nakaka-cause ng ganung laking impact, pwede siyang ma-delegate to variants under monitoring. Pag wala na talaga, I mean, kumbaga, wala siya masyadong effect po sa ating public health system, nagiging formerly monitored variants na siya. The Philippine variant, kung wala bang naririnig? I mean, okay po bang sound? Parang may natatanggap ako.
It is okay.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, the variants, yung Philippine variant, nagsimula siya as variant of interest. It has never progressed to variant of concern. Then, until such time na naging variant under monitoring, and right now, formerly monitored variants na siya. When a particular variant is classified under variant under monitoring or formerly monitored variants, nawawala na yung kanyang nomenclature, the Greek nomenclature. So balik na siya doon sa normal, regular nomenclature niya na alphanumeric. Okay. So yun. So again, ang variant of interest, lahat mo ng variants na bago would become variant of interest, and then if and only when mayroon siyang impact sa public health, that becomes a variant of concern. So as of this March 29, kahapon, mayroon na tayong total of 3.7 million total cases po ito, no? Since nagsimula yung pandemya. At nagdadagdag ay around 246 sa statistics, and only 451,000 yung active cases at around 3.6 na yung na-recover since the time nagsimulang pandemya, and 59,000 ang namatay. If you try to look at this, mas marami pa rin ang kasong nag-recover kaysa sa namamatay. So it only shows that around 80% of individuals na nagkakasakit would recover without any special treatment. Ang usually ang naapektuhan dito, karamihan ay yung ating mga nasa most at-risk population. Okay? And if ever if a disease nagkakasakit po tayo ng COVID-19, most often than not asymptomatic, and if ever there will be symptoms, that would be mild po. Unless otherwise may mga comorbidities, saka magpapasok yung mga severe symptoms, and lalo na kapag hindi bakunado. Okay? This is maganda rin ito malaman itong graph na ito po, no? Kasi it will guide us as to when a particular person or individual kailangan siyang magpa-test, if there is a requirement for that particular person to be tested. At doon natin malalaman din kung kailan siya very infectious. Pero all throughout naman kasi infectious siya. Pero usually on day 5 and day 8 from the time na-expose yung isang tao, doon lang mataas ang viral load. Doon lang mataas ang viral load. So this is the best time for you to be tested, actually, days 5 to 8. Kailan naman sasabihin, kailan ang day 0? Day 0 is actually the day where you had your exposure. So 24 hours after that would be your day 1, and so on and so forth. And on the day 5, yun na tumataas na po siya. Pumipik siya on 6 and 7, and 8 mag-i-start na mag-decline. So, meaning, testing before days 5 and day 5 and after day 8, pwedeng magkaroon ka na ng false negative result. Pwede ka nang magkaroon ng false negative result. Bakit false negative? Kasi magne-negative ka pero ang hindi na kasi detect ng machine, ng kit, yung dami ng virus since pababa na siya actually. Okay? However, in some instances, lalo na pag may comorbidities ang isang tao, tumatagal yung kanyang sakit, matagal yung pagbaba ng kanyang viral load simply because immunocompromised, in particular na tao po, individual. Minsan, lalo na kapag sobrang immunocompromised si worker, nagtutuloy-tuloy po yan, and that is already very fatal, and that might be the cause of the death of the person. Tandaan natin na ang atake ng virus ay nandoon sa
Kasi sa
Kumbaga sa
cellphone pa
baga,
lang.
ano po, nandun sa pinakadulo,
Cellphone pa lang, ang liit na
tinatawag
ng
ng
tao. Tapos
namin
paano
namang
kapag mga
alveoli,
ganyan
ano po,
text?
doon ang atake. At sa alveoli mismo kasi,
Liit.
nangyayari yung oxygen exchange, ano po. Ibig sabihin, nagda-download si dugo ng oxygen at pinoprocess sa alveoli po, ano, yung oxygen na yun para magamit ano po ng ating katawan. Kung doon nangyayari yung infection, ang tendency is anong tawag ito, nagkakaproblema, hindi nagiging effective kasi nagkakaroon ka ng scarring and so on and so forth. Okay. Yun ang reason kung bakit hinihingal yung tao after ng COVID-19, ano po, and may tendency makakalimutin na rin because naapektuhan yung oxygen exchange center mismo sa baga natin. Okay? So, the most common symptoms actually ng COVID-19, ito po, lagnat, dry cough, tiredness, or shortness of breath, or difficulty of breathing. And there are less common symptoms, but usually, kapag ikaw ay nagkaroon ng loss of smell or loss of taste, most often than not, ano na yan, kumbaga, sure ball ka na COVID-19 siya, as opposed to flu. Kasi, ang flu naman, hindi ka naman magkakaroon ng loss of smell or loss of taste. Okay? Maaring mapait lang yung panlasa mo, but definitely will not have a loss of smell and loss of taste. Okay? Though less common itong symptoms na to, pero kapag magkaroon ka na nito, ibig sabihin nun, positive ka talaga for COVID-19. Okay? So moving on, again, you will have severe case symptoms if ever, lalo na kapag may comorbidities ka, no? Ano po? And dito nagkakaroon ka ng difficulty breathing, or hingal ka na lalo na sa salita. Simply because, again, yung atake, di ba, nandoon sa pinakadulo ng ating baga, wherein yung oxygen exchange is happening. Kaya nagkakaroon ka ng pamumutla kasi konti na lang ang oxygen na lumalabas sa baga natin, or changes in the mental state. May tinatawag pang fogging, mental fogging, kasi makakalimutin ka na yun because less na yung oxygen na napunta sa utak natin, and some of the neurons, kumbaga yung nerve cells, naapektuhan because of that, because of COVID-19. Okay? So, sino-sino ang sinasabi natin na most at-risk population? Sino itong may mga dapat pinoprotektahan natin? Okay? Kaya yun ang reason kung bakit nauuna din sila sa bakunahan aside from the healthcare workers. Okay? Kasi kailangan natin silang protektahan. Ito yung mga senior citizens po, no? And yung mga kasamahan natin na may mga pre-existing medical conditions, may sakit sa puso, may sakit sa baga, may diabetes, may asthma, lalo na yung mga nagyoyosi. Ang problema kasi pag nagyoyosi ka, yung abo, doon sa pagsisigarilyo mo po, nababagsak yun doon sa pinakaduluduluhang parte ng ating baga. Doon nangyayari yung oxygen exchange at doon na apektuhan doon umatake yung virus. Ang tendency is all the more na nahihirapan kang huminga po. And of course, may yung mga ating kababaihan na high risk, considered sila as high risk pregnancies. Okay? Dahil lalo na kapag 17 or younger or 30 years and above, lalo na po may mga pre-existing conditions na nabubuntis. Again, ang transmission pa rin ay respiratory droplets. Human to human. Aerosols actually happen when you are in the hospital setting. Lalo na kapag meron kang mga procedures na ginagawa na pinauubo mo yung pasyente, hindi kaya naglalagay ka ng tubo. So, nangyayari yun. But the mainstay is that for general population, respiratory droplets pa rin. Similar lang po siya ng tuberculosis o TB, ang hawaan. It's just that, ang TB, before you get infected, dapat matagal ka munang exposed sa isang taong may TB. But in this instance, COVID-19, acute ang exposure niya. Ibig sabihin, nagkasama lang tayo more than 15 minutes isang araw, the chances of me getting COVID-19 is very high already. Okay? So yun lang pinagkaiba ng TB at saka COVID-19. But otherwise, pareho lang sila ng transmission. Okay? So again, pag TB, matagal ang exposure mo. 1 taon ang constant exposure mo doon sa tao para ka magkaroon ng tuberculosis. But COVID-19, acute 15 minutes lang na exposure, pwede ka nang magkaroon ng COVID-19. Ang kagandahan sa mga biological agents, this is what I always lecture po, no, talo na sa Bosch, mga safety officers. Ang kagandahan sa biological agents, alamin lang natin ang mode of transmission, ano po ng viruses, ng bacteria, ng fungi, ng parasite. Alamin lang natin ang mode of transmission. Malalaman na natin kung anong strategy ang pwedeng gawin natin para ma-prevent o ma-control ang spread nito sa workplace. Now, knowing that respiratory ang transmission, respiratory droplets, human to human ang transmission, and similar siya sa TB, it's just that very acute yung kanyang very acute. Gawin is, i-maintain natin ang physical distance of at least 1 meter from others. Yon. And as much as possible, suot ko tayo ng face mask. Face mask always. And avoid touching any part of your face because of the fomite. Kunyari may hinawakan ka, yung pala ay naubuhan ng isang taong may COVID at nahawakan mo yon at nag-grab ka ng nose mo. So, that could be a way of transmitting COVID-19. Now, when you cough, cover your mouth and nose kahit naka-face mask ka. Kahit naka-face mask ka. Ito yung proper coughing is certificate po. No? Kahit naka-face mask ka. It is very, very important. And after, wash your hands with soap and water o di kaya 70% alcohol-based sanitizers. Okay. Take note, 70% ha? Yung alcohol natin, hindi 20, hindi 40, kasi the potency would be lesser kapag mas mababa sa 70%. Hindi naman 90% because we know for a fact that alcohol is very volatile. Ibig sabihin, mabilis siyang mag-evaporate. So, pag 90%, nilagay mo pa lang sa balat mo, hindi pa niya nalilinis yung balat mo, nasa hangin na siya. So, 70% is enough. So, 70% alcohol-based sanitizers. So, frequent and thorough hand washing. Okay, and frequent cleaning and disinfection of frequently touched surfaces. And if you feel unwell, para may ubo ka, may sipon, may lagnat, better yet, huwag ka nang pumasok. Okay, inform na lang. So mga HRs naman ang nandito, ito ang emphasize natin sa ating workers. Kapag kayo ay may nararamdaman, huwag nang pumasok, instead magpakonsulta. Kasi para at least mabawasan ang hawaan sa loob ng ating pagawaan. Okay? So these are the case definitions po. Kailan matatawag na close contact, suspect case, or probable case, or confirmed case. So, close contact ka kapag nagkaroon ka ng face-to-face contact sa isang confirmed case or even a probable case in less than 1 meter, magkatabi kayo for more than 15 minutes. Or may doon kang or nag-alaga ka ng isang confirmed COVID-19 case. Suspect case are those cases na wherein you show the signs and symptoms of a COVID-19 but you have not yet been tested. Tapos wala ka namang wala kang naalalang exposure sa isang direct or confirmed, wala kang direct naalalang direct exposure sa isang confirmed or probable case. So, kaya matatawag kang suspect case. So, in order for you to be considered as either as a confirmed case or otherwise, you should be tested. Dapat magpa-test ka. Now, probable case, ito yung mga inconclusive. Yung tipong wala kang nararamdaman, may ubo, may sipon ka, pero nag-test ka ng negative, sa isang kit, mga ganon. Tapos ginawa mo lang sa bahay, yung mga tipong ganon, hindi siya RT-PCR. So yun ang mga tinatawag na probable cases. So pag confirmed case, ito yung mga positive talaga. Ang nagbigay ng information o data na ikaw ay positive is coming from a DOH accredited testing facility. So RT-PCR ang ginamit dito. Okay. But take note po, na mayroong mga tao na mayroong mga empleyado na mabagal ang pagbaba ng kanilang viral kasi yung iba nagsishedding pa, matagal ang pagbaba ng kanilang yung mga viral sediments sa katawan, lalo na kapag napapabilang ka sa most at-risk population. Pag clear ka na ng physician ng isang infectious disease specialist or pulmonologist na you are already recovered, kahit positive pa rin ang result mo, recovered ka na. It's just that hindi ganong kabilis bumaba hindi ka nakakahawa na actually. Hindi ka na nakakahawa. Hindi lang mayroon pang natitirang mga sediments, viral sediments, viral particles sa katawan mo. Take note, for as long as you are cleared by a pulmonologist and or an infectious disease specialist, okay ka na. Mayroon ka lang nagsished ka pa ng virus, kumbaga, pero hindi ka na infectious, hindi ka na nakakahawa. Kapareho lang yan nung TB na after 2 weeks of the first initial phase of treatment, once clear ka na ng pulmonologist, yes, you still have TB. Yes, you still have TB. It's just that hindi ka na infectious, kaya tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang gamutan. Okay? So, ganun din ang prinsipyo dito. So, ang kagandahan, hindi naman maganda ang COVID-19, quite honestly. But the thing is, regardless of the variant, pare-pareho lang ang kanyang protective measures. Pare-pareho lang yung kanyang strategies, para ma-prevent and control yung spread ng COVID-19. So, wala masyadong problema pagdating dito, Now, ano ang strategy dito? We have the prevent, detect, isolate, quarantine, and reintegrate na strategy ng government. And usually, pagdating sa reintegration, na ipapasok na minsan dito yung vaccination. So, very important po ito na strategy, kasi ito rin ang ginagamit natin sa pagawaan. And we will discuss this one by one. So the mother issuance po, kahit yung civil service, kahit even the government agencies would actually would use this particular issuance ng DTI and DOLE para ma-implement yung prevention and control ng COVID-19 sa workplace. Okay? So ito yung DTI DOLE Joint Memorandum Circular number 20-04-A. Okay? Wherein, one of the considerations dito, components ay yung pagkakaroon ng workplace safety and health program that would focus on increasing and the physical and mental resilience. Because we have to admit that COVID-19 is not just a respiratory illness, but it is also a mental health concern. Yeah, we are very particular on certain terminologies. Later on, I will be discussing that. And we have to reduce the transmission of COVID-19, reduce the contact, lalo doon sa mga mayroong manifest ng signs and symptoms. And we have to reduce the duration of infection. Okay? Very important po yun. Okay. So in increasing the physical and mental resilience, of course, first and foremost, our agencies or our companies should develop a workplace prevention and control of COVID-19, a policy and paired with programs and activities. And we have to let our workers know that these policies and programs do exist in our company para at least mapanatag yung ating mga workers. Safe pala sa opisina ko kasi mayroon kaming polisiya. At pinaintindi sa amin na ganito yung mga ginagawa sa kumpanya, sa ahensya. So, okay pumasok. Ganon. So, very important yun paintindi. Now, ito, very important din to kasi nagkakaroon at this point in time, well, ang kagandahan naman, di naman sa magandang COVID-19 po, no? Ang na-develop at this time of pandemic, actually, is yung IT. Yung IT part, IT component, yung technology, the use of technology. Dati-rate, I remember, first kong engagement with Ariva, it was a lecture at AIM. Tama, Miss Kate, no? Sa AIM yon. I was invited to conduct, to speak. But later on, nag-transform na tayo. I mean, nag-zoom na tayo. Nagkaroon na ng virtual conferencing platforms wherein we can actually have our webinars, our activities and our meetings, kumbaga. And then we can even work at the comfort of our homes. It's just that mayroong blurring. Dito na pumapasok. Kasi nasa bahay na tayo. Minsan tatlo pa ang meeting na pinapasukan mo. So, asan na ang work-life balance dito, no? Kahit 8 to 5 ang trabaho ko, since virtual naman na halos lahat, pag mayroong nire-request at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening, do I still have to work? So, doon pumapasok ng question na, asan ang work-life balance ko? Now, kaya dito, mas maganda, na dito sa polisiya at programa, intindihin din natin kailan magsisimulang trabaho natin, kailan magtatapos ang trabaho natin, lalo na kapag virtual ang ating work. And psychosocial support, very important to lalo na to those who are infected with COVID-19. Bakit kako? Mahirap ma-isolate. Ikaw lang mag-isa sa kwarto mo. Sabihin na natin 7 days ka lang nakulong. 7 days ka nakulong sa kwarto mo. Ang makikipag-usap ka sa sambayan sa madlang people, puro virtual. We people are very touchy, mas maigi nakakausap mo ng personal rather than sa screen mo lang kasi para ka minsang tanga. Sabi nga ng iba, mahirap makipag-usap wala kang nakikita masyado. Di ba? Lalo na kung kakausap mo, nagbibihis pa, dito turn off niya yung camera. Para ka ng tanga, sabi nga nila. Kaya nga, mahirap. So, dito pumapasok ang psychosocial support wherein tayo, lalo ng HR po, kinukumusta natin parati yung ating mga empleyado. Kumusta ka? Anong nararamdaman mo? Yun. Our workers, kahit makapag-express lang sila ng kanilang mga saloobin, very important na yon, nakakapag-unload na yon. Kaya malaki ang role ng HRs at this point in time, lalo na sa aspetong psychosocial support. And in fact, mas maigi pa nga na magkaroon tayo ng mga in other companies, other agencies, excuse me, meron pa nga tinatawag silang mga support group, peer counselors, parang something like that. So very important yun, very important. Kasi at least makakatulong po yun sa ating mga manggagawa. And when in fact, the Department of Labor and Employment came up with a department order on implementation of mental health and workplace policies and programs for the private sector. Ito yung Department Order number 208, series of 2020. I understand the government, the civil service came up also with their own memorandum circular, and that would be memorandum circular. Ito nakalimutan ko idagdag dito. Ang sa mental health, very important. Ito yung memorandum circular number 4, series of 2020. For the private sector, that would be Department Order number 208, series of 2020, issued by Department of Labor and Employment. And for the government sector, ito naman po ay Civil Service Memorandum Circular number 4, series of 2020. Okay? So basically, ano po ang nandoon sa ating issuance and to submit up po, is that we have to i-emphasize yung activity ng, yung behavior, health-seeking behavior na yung being physically fit, emotionally fit, So yun. And if ever we have workers who are already developing signs of stress, because of what is happening right now, at this point in time, lahat ng tao very anxious. So dapat magkaroon tayo ng referral mechanisms sa ating mga manggagawa, wherein yung ating mga affected workers will be referred to mga facilities na makakatulong para at least maibsan ang mental health condition mayroon. So it is very good, it would be very best na magkaroon tayo ng referral mechanisms for our workers. So, for those na nasa Maynila, lalo na pag nasa Mandaluyong, you can actually develop a memorandum of understanding or partnership agreement with the National Center for Mental Health. And there are also other agencies po, I just hope, in fact, ang DOH meron na siyang mobile application mobile application on mental health. Tapos nandoon din sa mobile application na yun, yung mga accredited facilities po na pwede nating pag-referan nationwide. Yun. So, we have to, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng ganong mekanismo po. And of course, promote the work-life balance. Pag 8 to 5 ang work, paano naman pa-request naman sa ating mga bossing, sir, alas 5 na po. Wag na po natin bigyan pa ng additional work, hindi po ba? Kasi may family time, may me time naman, may family at me time naman yung ating mga manggagawa po. So kailangan may pag-uusap tungkol doon. Now, like what I've mentioned a while before, in the prevention of COVID-19, and control of COVID-19 spread, prevention and control of spread of COVID-19 in the workplace. So very important ito ng mga strategies po, face mask, if needed, lalo na kapag mayroon kang client, face mask and face shield. Nagtatanong, Dok, kasi level 1 naman na. Kailangan pa po ba itong mga barrier and face mask? Quite honestly, on the side of safety and health, regardless of level for us, regardless of alert levels for as long as the virus is still there and hindi pa nagde-declare ang ang government ng Pilipinas na we're already COVID-free. Putting on extra barriers po to protect our workers is advisable. Is advisable. Again, at the end of the day, ito ay para maprotektahan yung ating mga manggagawa, lalo na kapag meron na tayong mga manggagawang pumapasok na napapabilang sa most at-risk population. Again, the COVID-19 is still there. Regardless of the alert level, bumababa lang ang kaso. Bumababa lang ang kaso. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun na dapat na tayo mag-party-party without face mask. No. COVID-19 is still there. Hence, we still have to maintain also physical distancing. Lalo na kapag hindi natin kasamahan sa bahay. Lalo na pag hindi natin kasama sa bahay. So, well, kung family member naman, okay lang, walang problema. So, that will not be a problem. But as much as possible, i-maintain natin yung physical distancing. It would still be best to eat al fresco. Kung hindi ka assure sa isang restaurant na mayroon siyang mga nagfa-follow siya ng mga ventilation protocols, ganon. So, very important. Again, I am emphasizing physical distancing here rather than social distancing because it has implications po, no? It has implications. Pag sinabing physical distancing, we just have to be distansya tayo physically. Pero hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng social distancing. Nakukuha ninyo? Nagigets ninyo? Pa-thumbs up naman sa mga nagigets. Kasi ang social, actually, dapat nga socially cohesive tayo. Socially cohesive, ibig sabihin, kasi mental health din to eh. So, dapat yung kahit man lang sa in a virtual sense, nandoon pa rin yung interaction, that's social. Okay. So, we should not be socially distanced from each other. But kailangan natin ng physical distancing to avoid the spread ng COVID-19. So yun ang kaibahan ng physical sa social distancing. Kaya we advocate the use of the term of physical distancing rather than social distancing. Again, frequent hand washing with soap and water. So, to reduce the transmission of COVID-19, disinfection protocols or procedures must be followed. And take note po since we are using certain chemicals po, to clean our area, kahit alcohol lang to, dapat ang safety data sheet ay nandoon sa tabi. O nasa area wherein that particular chemical is found. So very important ang presence ng safety data sheets that you will ask from the suppliers po, Bakit importanteng safety data sheet? Kasi if ever there will be accidents related to that particular chemical, maa-address agad yung yung first aid measures kasi nandoon yung sa safety data sheet eh. Yung mga toxicological information. So at least ma-address agad anong gagawin ni first aider kung sakasakaling magkaroon ng spill or magkaroon ng accidental ingestion. So yun, ma-address agad. So very important na ang iyong safety data sheet ay nandoon sa area kung saan nandoon din yung chemical. Hindi lamang ang safety data sheet nandoon sa supply officer, o nandoon sa area kung saan pinaghahalo itong chemical, but also in areas where dala-dala kare-kare yung chemical. In fact, when I conduct BOSH training po for safety officers sa mga hotels, ang advice ko is that, di po ba ang mga hotel mayroong mga push carts, di ba? Tawag ba yon? Trolleys, kung saan nandoon yung mga gamit nila nang naglilinis. Siyempre may mga chemical yan. Mas advisable doon na mayroong maliit na papel na nakalaminate. Ano po? Bawat trolley mayroong laminated paper. Nandoon yung safety data sheet. Because the safety data sheet will actually help us in the prevention, the treatment later on. Ano po, if ever there would be some accidents. Okay. So, well, ito naman ay nasa department memorandum ng DOH. How to come up with your DIY solution po para mapalinis yung ating mga workplace po. Okay. And okay, we have already been promoting on how to reduce the transmission of COVID-19 in the workplace. So, importante naman na magkaroon tayo ng infrastructure and advocacy para at least it will guide our workers to follow these protocols. Kasi mahirap yung sasabihin mo na okay, frequent hand washing, so on and so forth. Wala ka namang hand washing facilities. Di ba? Wala ka namang alcohol stand. So paano kung magkakaroon ng frequent hand washing, di ba? So all our advocacy right now, kumbaga, kung mayroon tayong sinasabi, mayroon tayong pinopromote, dapat, particularly for COVID-19, dapat mayroong kaakibat na mga infrastructure, including adequate ventilation, because it has been noted in a particular study na in China na lalo nung nakaunang kasagsagan ng COVID-19, nagkaroon ng sa isang air-conditioned place po, doon nagkaroon ng spread ng COVID-19. Kasi walang exhaust yung restaurant na yon. So, actually, ito yung illustration niyan sa part na to. Wherein binubugahan itong si A1, ito yung confirmed case. Itong mga area na to kung saan, ito lang mga naapektuhan. Ibig sabihin yung binubugahan ng aircon. Samantala yung on the other side ng room na hindi directly nabubugahan ng aircon, wala ni isa sa kanila nag-positive. So yun. So malaki ang role ng ventilation. Hence later on I will be discussing bibigay ako ng information sa inyo with regards to the department order issued by DOLE on ventilation. The provision of shuttle service, okay? Very important din to para at least masiguro natin ng ating workers ay hindi naman maapektuhan po, But right now kasi siyempre nag-open up na economy. If I were given the chance po, personally, I would rather basta naisip ko sumakay ng jeep. Jeep, lalo na pagbukas. Rather than riding a bus na sarado at naka-aircon. Because the ventilation ng jeep na bukas is very adequate. It's very adequate. Bukas Parang nasa open area ka lang. As opposed to buses na closed, enclosed, at saka the aircon. The potential spread would be very high, lalo na kapag mayroon doon sa bus magsimulang kumain o di kaya magsalita. Kaya napapansin nyo, pag kayo ay sumasakay ng MRT o LRT, mga gwardya paikot-ikot, tas kapag mayroong nakikipag-usap sa telepono o magkatabing nag-uusap, pinagsasabihan kayo ng gwardya, huwag kayong maingay. Yes, kasi tumataas ang risk, ang spread. So, of course, nandoon yung mga signages and advocacy materials, and we have to follow smoking protocols. Very important because dati-rate, ito yung naging cause of spread sa isang kumpanya in Calabarzon. Nagyosi lang sila sa isang designated smoking area, ayun na nagkahawaan na yung mga nagyoyosi na yun. Kasi syempre, di ka naman magyoyosi na may mask. So, nag-unmask, yosi. Syempre, ang ventilation mo dun And imagine mo sa designated smoking area. Kasi exposed talaga. Mataas yung naging kaso noon. Okay? Now, I mentioned a while ago the ventilation. So, mayroon tayong Department Order number 224, series of 2021. Ito yung guidelines on ventilation for workplaces and public transport to prevent and control the spread of COVID-19. On that particular memorandum and order, may department order, mayroon sa mga annex portions, like annex 1, wherein nandoon yung checklist on monitoring compliance with workplace ventilation. There malalaman mo kung ilan ang dapat air change per hour. Yon. Tapos sa annex 2 naman, nandoon yung mga minimum ventilation rates in breathing zones, depende kung anong activities po at kung saang parte ng kwarto sa opisina. So, tas on how to determine the air changes per hour. So, quite honestly, may mathematics part na dito and kaya nga ako nag-doktor kasi ayoko ng math. So, what we must do is that actually to coordinate with our safety officers, para at least ma-compute, ma-determine natin kung ang ating workplace po ay sumusunod na sa department order na ito. Again, it has to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But, kung tutusin, if you try to read this, hindi lang patungkol sa COVID-19, even after COVID-19, this is still very important. Why? Hindi lang naman COVID-19 na magiging problema natin. Marami pang mga biological hazards po, So, somehow, these particular guidelines on ventilation would be very useful even after COVID-19. So, ito, just to let you know po, na when we reduce contact, we have to eliminate the C's, tinatawag na 3 C's. So, we have to avoid crowded places po, lalo na kapag walang ventilation na maayos, yung confined and enclosed spaces, that would be very risky. Pag crowded, very risky po yun. Kasi mataas ang risk of you getting infected of COVID-19. Okay? And so to reduce contact as much as possible, work from home para sa ating mga manggagawa classified as those belonging to the most at-risk population, and restrict the mass gatherings. If you have meetings, mas maigi na video conferencing. Or if business transactions with clients, email, phone calls, yon ang gamitin natin. And for sa pantry, staggered ang meal schedules po natin, hindi po sabay-sabay para hindi crowded, And as much as possible, walang kwentuhan. That's the bad side of the COVID-19 kasi nagiging yung social aspect na nadidiminish. And we have Department Order number 202 on telecommuting. So dito, by the way, when we try to implement this particular department order sa ating mga companies, see to it that may mutual agreement between the worker and the employer na ito ay i-implement. So dapat nakalatag yan, nasusulat yan kung ano yung mga matatrabaho, mga deliverables ni worker, anong oras yung sisimulan ng trabaho at anong oras matatapos ang trabaho niya. So dapat nandoon nakasulat yun. Tapos kung ano man ang nare-receive ni worker na pumapasok physically sa trabaho, yun din dapat ang natatanggap ng isang worker na nagte-telecommute. So hindi porket nasa bahay ka ay wala ka ng mga ganitong benepisyo, So dapat mayroon din. So, and dapat nasusulat yun sa kontrata at nag-agree si worker doon sa kontrata na yon. And also, you have to inform the regional office of the Department of Labor and Employment that you are implementing this particular scheme or alternative work arrangement kasi para malaman din ng DOLE na for this particular company, ito yung kanilang strategy. Ano po? So very important yun. However, ang work from home strategies, marami actually mga issues, ano po, lalo na ergonomically. So that we have to address and actually ito matinding usapin paano ba i-check yan? So ibig bang sabihin ng safety officer titingnan yung mga workplaces ano po ng manggagawa no po lalo na pag nandoon na sa loob ng bahay. Kaya actually totoo. Lalo na doon sa pinaka workstation dapat titingnan yon. Dapat i-assess yon ng safety officer. Medyo gagasto nga lang si kumpanya gawa noong imagine mo na ililipat mo yung workplace doon mismo sa bahay niya. Para at least man lang to avoid some certain ergonomic concerns. Ano po? So ito. And so ito yung sample ng ideal work from home setup. Ano po? So that would mimic actually yung workplace. Ito naman yung mga nagiging concerns. Connectivity. Ano pag naputol ako bigla? Sino magbabayad ng internet ko? Kuryente ko, di ba? Anong oras ako magsisimula magtrabaho? Anong oras ako matatapos sa trabaho? Yung benefits ko, mayroon pa ba akong transportation allowance? I used to work kasi in an IT BPM. Lalo ng kasagsagan ng BPO. I was one of those who availed yung mga pioneers in the BPO before. So, may mga benefits talaga like transportation allowance. Ngayon, nasa bahay ka na. Anong mangyayari sa transportation allowance ko? Diba? Wala nang, pwede bang ma-convert ang transportation allowance to communication allowance to pay for the internet connection? That dapat pinag-uusapan, tinitingnan din. The working conditions. Diba, mahirap magtrabaho sa bahay, lalo na kapag mayroon kang mga chikiting na maya't maya ay magpapakanlong sa'yo habang ikaw nagtatrabaho. Mahirap yun. And other mental health concerns. Stress ka na sa trabaho, dagdagan pa yung anxiety levels mo because of the COVID-19, mahirap yun. At isolated ka. Wala ka masyadong kausap actually. Okay. Miss Kate, please inform me kung magbre-break muna tayo ha. Tutuloy ko lang po.
We can go on break after this.
Okay. Sige. Thank you, Miss Kate. So, to reduce the duration of infection naman po we still require our workers to fill out the health declaration form. But then again, IATF mentioned issued a resolution lately, lalo na pag alert level 1 ka na, that the health declaration forms and the temperature checking is already optional. Ano po? Already optional. But then again, it would be incumbent, alam natin na nandoon pa yung COVID-19. So, mas maigi na mayroon pa rin yung health declaration form and temperature checking na pinapractice natin sa loob ng ating kumpanya. The health declaration form, even though hindi na siya ganun, optional na lang siya sa anong tawag nito, sa alert level 1, might be useful later on. Might be useful later on, lalo na kapag magkakaroon ng monitoring po kasi nagbago na yung mga dati-rati pag close contact ka hindi ka papasok, naka-quarantine ka, di ba? Pero ito, since wala na yon, pwedeng magamit to monitor the workers who is actually identified as a close contact pero tuloy pang pinapapasok sa opisina. magagamit yan. I will discuss that later actually pagdating doon. And of course, we have to refer our workers na symptomatic. Kaya it is very good. Mas maganda rin na magkaroon ng agreement with the hospital or the local government unit para at least ma-refer yung ating mga workers na symptomatic. Doon papasok yung coordination with the LGUs or the hospitals, as the case may be. And early isolation for the symptomatic employee. I think we have to stop here muna. Magkaroon muna tayo ng konting break. Ergonomic break kung tawagin. So, yes, Miss Kate?
Thank you so much, Doctor. Good morning again, everyone. So we're going on a break, and as I've said a while ago, we are going to do something interesting this morning during our break time. So here it is. I am in the mood to give away prizes this morning. So we are going to play a game. Ayan. Can we show them what is the title of this game? There, it's called Guess the Movie, and I want everyone to participate because if you win here, you will be receiving 200 pesos from Ariva. 200 pesos, you will receive it in your GCash account. So it doesn't matter if you're in Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao right now, marireceive ninyo yung prize ninyo. And we will have 2 winners, okay? We have 2 winners this morning. So this is what will happen during the game. We will be showing you short clips, okay, short trailers of a certain movie. Now, what you have to do is be the first one, be the fastest na makakapag-type ng complete and correct title ng movie na yon. Type it sa chat box. If you're the first one, then you will be receiving the 200 pesos. Okay. Now, for you guys to get an idea, may nakikita ko mga nakakunot ang noo. For you guys to really just get an idea of this game, we will do a trial run muna. Trial run pa lang to, ha? Wala pa tong prize, sample pa lang. Okay? Okay? So let's watch this and try to guess already the title. Try to guess. Para lang we get the feel of the game already. Please keep yourself muted. Hindi ko dapat marinig ang title. Kailangan i-type. Okay, so let's watch this clip.
저기요. 이상한 사람이 하나 타고 있는 것 같은데.
팀장님, 여기 11호차 응급 환자 발생했습니다.
There! Ayun! We have a lot of answers. I don't think kaya kong basahin isa-isa. Pero may nakita ko mga sagot. Train to Busan, merong Squid Games, merong Train to Bulan. Meron naman Train to Busan. Ayan. Sabi ko kanina, kailangan complete and correct. So if merong typo, merong wrong spelling, may kulang na word, hindi tatanggapin. But let us see, what is the real title of that movie? Meron kayo nakatama sa inyo? Yes, the title is Train to Busan. So merong mga nagkamali. Pero the first one who was able to type it correctly, we have Jeanette. Ako, Jeanette, you prove that you really type very fast and you know your movies. Sayang, this is just a trial run. Meron ka na sana 200. But don't worry, Jeanette, malay mo, you will still be the first one to type it correctly later. Because this next film will give you 200 pesos if you guess the title of the movie, if you're the first one to guess it right. So let's watch this next clip.
I'm not infected. I'm not infected. Please.
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. 6 billion people on Earth when the infection hit. I'm a survivor living in New York City. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday when the sun is highest in the sky.
There you go. Ayan, marami ring sagot. Oh, wow. we have, here are the answers. May mga sumagot ng I Am Legend, merong Greenland, merong Alive, merong Pandemic, merong Z Nation, merong Infected. Ang dami pang answers, may Flu, but let's reveal already what's the title, the real title of this movie. It is I Am Legend. And the first one who got it, who typed it correctly, we have Cristel. Cristel Catalbas. Congratulations, Cristel. That is from Ariva Academy. So this is what you have to do, Cristel. Please send your GCash account number to us privately. It's either to me or to Ariva Academy Philippines. Look for us here in the chat box. Send your GCash account number para mapadala namin sa iyo in a little while your prize. And because you've won already, Cristel, let's give chance to others naman na. So you won't be able to join the game anymore. Para naman yung iba nating co-participants, we'll still have a chance in getting the 200 pesos. So to the rest of our participants, we still have one more 200 pesos to give away, and baka kayo na yon. Sa inyo na tumapunta. So let's watch the next trailer. My chat box, sobrang bilis. Ang hirap habulin. Okay, here are the answers I'm getting. World War Z, merong Squid Game, merong World Z, merong War Z, may Z Nation. We have the Flu. Oh, what else? What else? World War ZX. Merong Pandemic. Okay, let's reveal what's the complete title of that movie. It is World War Z. And the first one was able to type it correctly. We have Junis Risa May Okwe or Oke. Congratulations, Junis. You will also be receiving 200 pesos from Ariva Academy. So please send your GCash account number to me or to Ariva Academy Philippines. Send it to us privately in the chat box so that you will be able to receive your prize. Congratulations, Junis, and congratulations to Cristel. Parang babae lang talaga ang nanalo today. Parang perfect siya as we are about to end the Women's Month na puro babae ang nananalo. Congratulations, everyone. Now I'll move on with my next announcement. Let me just show the slide. There you go. Again, we'll be waiting for your GCash account number, so send it to us. Thank you to everyone also who joined. Napansin nyo ba? The movies that we've shown, medyo kinonect namin sa topic. Although, no, we're not going to be zombies naman. Okay, here's my, I'm waiting for my slide to show. One moment. Let me see lang. If you were able to send your GCash account numbers, please, Cristel and Junis, send it to us para within the day, within the morning, mapadala namin sa inyo. Okay. Moving on. Stay on top of our insights and updates. Stay connected with the Ariva Academy. Visit us on social media. You can join Ariva Academy's Facebook group, like Ariva Academy's Facebook page, follow Ariva Academy in LinkedIn, and visit our website, ariva.com.ph. For those of you who might have missed our live webinars, you can all catch them in YouTube. We have a lot of free live webinars in the past 2 years. You can all catch them in YouTube. Subscribe to our channels, also Ariva Academy YouTube channel and Ariva Talks YouTube channel. Here are also some of our upcoming online learning sessions. I'd like to invite you to join us on these sessions. We have another free live webinar happening this April 5, Prevention of Sexual Harassment, Discrimination, and Corruption in the Workplace. Very interesting topic happening on April 5, so register now for that one. We also have on April 7, the second, Developing Your Communication Styles and EQ. April 8, Leadership Skills for Supervisors in Turbulent Times. Also on the same day, we have our Work Attitude and Values Enhancement, Cultivating a Positive Attitude for Professional Excellence. Effective Administration of Salary and Payroll Law, how to handle payroll accurately, legally, and with complete confidence. This will be the topic on April 20. April 21, the 17th, Hitting Targets Through Innovative Collections and Receivables Strategies. April 22, Paralegal Business Contract Law for Non-Legal Professionals. April 27, Understanding Labor Relations, HR Crash Course in Labor Law. April 28, the second, Managing Career Development Strategies for Administrative Professionals. April 28, also the second, Smarter Service, Critical Thinking for Better Customer Service Experience. And for those of you who are interested in bringing our speakers to your team to conduct an in-house program, Ariva Academy can help you with that. Shown in front of you is a number, so you can send a message to that number or call that number or send an email to irish.arivaacademy@gmail.com and we can help you out with your in-house training needs. There you have it. I again would like to welcome back our speaker, Dr. Jeremias. Hi, Doc. We're ready to listen to you. Doc, you're still on mute.
Okay. Okay na.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Kate. Nakakatuwa naman yung mga palaro. Karugtong talaga sa ano. Pero mayroong isang movie na hindi nyo napakita. Medyo luma na yun, yung pandemic na title.
Oh, marami pong nanghula noon.
Oh, yeah.
Kung hanapin nila agad, I think that's also in the list of the movies that we have. At magagaling talagang humula ang ating participants.
No, mabilis. Nakakatuwa nga yung sagot nilang iba. Okay. Thank you, Miss Kate. Nakita ko yung mga ibang topics nyo sa susunod. At maganda din malaman lalo na on the sexual harassment. Ano po? Very important din yon. Kasi hindi natin namamalayan ngayon. Marami ng mga kasong ganyan. Hindi lang nagiging ano tawag nito? Nagiging nasasabi o na i-report gawa noong mayroong mga natatakot sa repercussions na mangyayari. But please take note, there is already a safe space law na nilabas. So, baka may discuss din on that particular issue and concern. So, I would be inviting everyone. Ano po. Thank you, Miss Kate, for all those maganda yung mga topics sa susunod. Pati na yung Labor Law 101. Very important. Okay. And speaking of Labor Law 101, the Department of Labor and Employment issued a 2022 version of the Labor Code of the Philippines, renumbered. So you can actually download them sa website ng Department of Labor and Employment or the Bureau of Working Conditions po, on the 2022 edition of the Labor Code of the Philippines, renumbered. And mayroon ding 2022 edition ng handbook on the monetary benefits ng workers. Yon. So, kasi mayroon mga bagong baka makatulong din po. So anyway, wala na yun sa topic ko. Moving on. So, Meron ng mga strategies po with to manage how to manage the symptomatic and asymptomatic employees in the workplace. So nabanggit ko na yung mga strategies kanina. The prevention, detection, isolation or quarantine, treatment and reintegration. But vaccination is also one of the important strategies na dapat natin i-implement po sa ating mga workers. So of course, we have to have contact tracing pa rin. But the recent IATF issuance, kumbaga hindi na in-emphasize ang contact tracing. Ang contact tracing now would only be done, kumbaga self-contact tracing na lang on the part of the worker who is affected. This would only happen to kapag ang alert level ng isang area ay alert level 1. But when alert level 2, pabalik sa dati. Yung usual contact tracing, referral to the government. I'm sorry, referral to the the barangay health emergency response teams, ganon. Otherwise, sa alert level 1, the contact tracing would be dependent on the worker na expose. Ang goal lang naman kasi ng contact tracing is to interrupt the ongoing transmission para at least ma-control and prevent yung further spread sa loob ng ating pagawaan. So, ang basic steps kasi ng contact tracing is the contact identification. So, we have to identify who are these individuals na maaaring nahawa ang So, we have to list them down and then of course, we have to inform them that they are considered as a close contact ng isang worker na confirmed or probable case or suspect even. And afterwards, there will be a regular follow-up lalo na kapag i-undergo na natin. So dito na papasok yung sinasabi na psychosocial support. Okay, now, in managing cases po ng close contacts, it will be very important na remote ang gagawin natin. So ibig sabihin, hindi yung pupuntahan natin siya, Kasi, again, we have to prevent the spread. So as much as possible, remote pa rin yung management natin. So, through teleconsultation or telemedicine kung tawagin. Okay? Now, since mga HRs ang narito po, and somehow in one way or another, we are actually, meron tayong mga HMOs. Please take note to include in the contract, lalo na pa sa mga nagre-renew ngayon, yung provision of teleconsultation services sa ating mga empleyado. Because some HMOs walang mga ganyan. So, dapat i-include nyo na yan. Na for simple cases, otherwise, kung hindi na pwede naman ma-manage through virtual consultation, i-avail na ng mga workers yun. HMO teleconsultation services. Anyway, the physician who would be attending cases, pero pag nakita na need na makita ito ng personal po ng ating mga doktor, sasabihin na naman ng doktor na kailangan mo nang pumunta sa clinic para ikaw ay masuri. So, paki-include po yung HMO teleconsultation services sa kontrata with the HMO. Okay, so isolation areas with adequate ventilation outside the building. Although sa alert level 1, gaya nung nabanggit ko, parang hindi na ito nagiging priority, pero hindi pa rin, personally, parang mas maganda pa rin na available pa itong mga tents na to just in case magkaroon tayo ng kaso po, diba? And to those who would be attending to these individuals who are considered to be symptomatics, lalo na pag symptomatic, dapat naka-full PPE po tayo. So sa budget po natin, dapat nakasama yung pagbili ng standard na PPE para sa ating mga manggagawa na titingin dito sa ating mga symptomatic workers. Okay. So this is the updated quarantine period for asymptomatic close contacts. May konting difference lang kasi ito, this would, for fully vaccinated individuals, na walang symptoms, ano po, hindi na ito masusunod na 5 days quarantine. Pwede ka nang pumasok for alert level 1. For alert level 2, 5 days from exposure. So, kwa-quarantine ka, and kung wala ka namang symptoms, no need for testing. Asymptomatic ka eh. So, yon. But for partially vaccinated or unvaccinated, regardless of alert level, 14 days pa rin. So, ang pagkinakaiba lang, sa fully vaccinated in alert level 1 na asymptomatic, pwede po siyang pumasok sa opisina. Ngayon, magse-self-monitoring siya. Kasi if and when mag-develop siya ng symptoms, dito na siya papasok. So, since nag-develop siya ng symptoms, kailangan niyang mag-isolate for 7 days from the onset of symptoms. Or, kung na-test siyang positive, 7 days from the date of test, kahit asymptomatic. Pero kung wala naman testing, for alert level 1, kasi karamihan naman nasa alert level 1, ang lang dito is that, pwede kang pumasok sa opisina, pero magse-self-monitoring ka. Kaya banggit ko kanina, the health declaration form, although it is already optional, pati yung temperature checking, although it is already optional, pwedeng magamit ng worker who is on self-monitoring. Diba? Di po ba? So, i-monitor niya, temperature ba niya, di tumataas, okay. So, yun. Pwedeng magamit yun for self-monitoring. So, in a sense, parang may silbi pa rin si health declaration form at saka si temperature checking. Kasi gagamitin nyo yun for for monitoring, self-monitoring. Again, so yun. Take note ha, kasi pinagkaiba lang ito. For alert level 1, pwede nang pumasok. Pero pag alert level 2, quarantine ka for 5 days kung fully vaccinated. But regardless of alert level, kapag partially vaccinated or unvaccinated ka, 14 days pa rin. Okay? And take note po ha, kasi baka pagkatapos ng lecture kong ito, maya-mayang hapon, biglang naglabas ng panibagong IATF resolution. So as HRs and safety officers of our companies, we have to take note every now and then. Check po tayo sa DOH at saka sa IATF website. DOH or IATF website ng mga panibagong mga yung updated resolutions. Kasi maya nagbabago siya. Because depende yon sa nangyayari sa ground at yung information na na-feed from the international communities. Lalo na yung mga emerging variants. Okay? Gaya na nabanggit ni Miss Kate kanina, yes, you will have a copy of my slides po, no? Pero mas maigi rin magtingin din tayo doon sa IATF or DOH website. Kasi maya't-maya nagbabago ang regulations. Okay? So yun. Again, as to type of testing, to determine the current of infection, ang gold standard pa rin ay yung confirmatory pa rin yung RT-PCR. Yung dinudot-dot yung ilong at yung ngalangala, hindi yung laway. So the nasopharyngeal oropharyngeal swab na RT-PCR, yun pa rin yung confirmatory. Okay. Rapid antigen test would only be best lang po siya kapag si worker ay nagmamanifest ng symptoms. Kasi most often than not, for asymptomatic, walang simptomas na work na individual, the rapid antigen test would be negative. Okay. So, yun lang ang pinagkaiba. So, doon ka pa rin sa RT-PCR. Okay. Ngayon, hindi na ina-advocate ang testing di gaya noon, lalo na pag alert levels 1 and 2. Targeted ng testing only for healthcare workers, for senior citizens and those with comorbidities, so A1, 2, and 3. So, yun na ang tinitest po natin. Doc, hindi na po ba ina-acknowledge mamaya? So, yun lang po tinitest natin. Yung kapag wala namang pag na-expose ka, wala ka namang sintomas, quarantine na lang, optional na lang ang inyong testing. Pero kapag mayroon kang nararamdaman, in-encourage na magpa-test ka. But regardless of kung nagpa-test ka o hindi, lalo na kapag A1, 2, and 3 ka, symptomatic or asymptomatic, mag-undergo ka na ng quarantine or isolation protocols. Okay? For the general population, babalik tayo dito. This is for general population. For A1, 2, and 3, ito po ang susundin natin. Okay? Sana hindi tayo mahilo kasi mayat-maya talaga nagbabago. Even in our office, kapag mayroong binababa ang IATF, kasi we have our own safety and health committee, mayat-maya nag-change din kami ng protocols. So, parati kaming, we try ourselves to keep abreast with all these changes. Kaya nga tinatawag silang interim lahat because everything, hindi sa permanent actually. So, again, the COVID-19 testing, as much as possible, those symptomatics, well, nabanggit ko naman to kanina. Pero, importante lang dito, pag pinapatest natin ang ating workers, as much as possible, if bayaran ng ahensya or ng kumpanya. At doon lang magpa-test sa mga accredited institutions. Hindi po yung dyan sa gilid-gilid, Okay. So, anyway, the Department of Labor and Employment came up or issued the Labor Advisory number 18 regarding to, ito po ay guidelines on the cost of COVID-19 prevention and control measures. So, napapasa din dito sa issuance na to, kung paano ang pagbayad po, paano ang bayaran, paano i-cover, kailan i-cover, kailan hindi. And it's very important as well. Actually, malaki ang role ng HR dito at saka ng OSH Committee, Safety and Health Committee ng ating kumpanya to oversee the enforcement ng protocols ng pag-implement ng minimum public health standards sa loob ng ating opisina. So malaki ang role ng Safety and Health Committee, yung safety officer at saka ng HR natin dito. This is a multi-stakeholder collaborative activity. In fact, dito sa Department Order number 198, na-emphasize na dito yung pag-establish and even the Joint Memorandum Circular po sa government, na-emphasize na dito yung paglagay na pag-designate ng safety officers kasi dati-rating ibang kumpanya. Lalo na sa government agencies, hindi pa ito lumabas. Bibihira magkaroon ng safety officer, but at this point in time, nakikita yung importance ng safety officers po, ng Safety and Health Committee para dito sa implementation ng mga protocols na ito. So, notification reporting as much as possible. Our cases must be reported to the local epidemiology and surveillance unit. Now, itong WAIR COVID-19 form to those sa private po, lalo na kapag alert level 1 na, Wala na po tayo, hindi na po kailangan mag-report. Hindi na po natin kailangan mag-report sa DOLE using the wire COVID-19 form. Instead, kapag mayroon tayong COVID-19 cases, ipapasok nyo na siya sa annual medical report form. At saka sa yung regular na WAIR, di po ba every month mayroon sinasubmit ang safety officers na WAIR, the regular WAIR form. Doon na sa ipapasok. Okay? Yun na ang gagamitin. At saka i-report na natin siya sa annual medical report. So the regular na lang siya. Hindi na wala nang special for COVID-19. Now for disinfection and closure, again, the disinfection using the recommended disinfectants. Pwede rin mag-lockdown lalo na kapag kailangan mong maglinis ng workplace mo. So for the leaves of absences and entitlements, we have to base this with the existing regulations po issued by the Department of Labor and Employment to those working in the private sector, and with the Civil Service Commission naman sa mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. Hospitalization benefits including yung mga benefit packages para sa mga workers na on home self-isolation. Self-quarantine and self-isolation. Alam ko ang PhilHealth may nilabas na packages on that. And I think mas maganda siguro if Ariva Academy would also provide you one meeting, one session to discuss the hospitalization benefits ng PhilHealth, lalo na to those on self-quarantine or self-isolation sa kanilang mga bahay. Mayroon nilabas ang PhilHealth on that. Opo. And then, for Social Security benefits, depende pa rin yan sa SSS and tsaka sa GSIS, that we would follow all the requirements. Na sickness benefits naman ito. For the employees' compensation benefits, that would be in accordance with PD 626. At saka yung recently issued na board resolution patungkol po sa pagbibigay ng compensation benefits, employees' compensation benefits para sa mga manggagawang identified yung kanilang COVID-19 infection as a workplace exposure, may workplace exposure. Of course, enterprises naman, pwedeng magka-develop ng monetary and other non-monetary benefits. Sama dito yung isolation quarantine leaves of employees in the private sector kasi sa government, mayroon pong civil service circular na nilabas kung saan ang binibigyan ng 14-day quarantine leave si worker na infect ng COVID-19, positive yung result niya, that is on top of the sick leave allotment ng isang taong gobyerno. So, kaya ang Department of Labor and Employment issued a labor advisory encouraging private sector, private enterprises to have their own isolation and quarantine leaves din sa kanilang mga manggagawa. So, yon. Tapos, dito rin papasok yung administration ng COVID-19 vaccines in the workplace. In the government kasi, civil service issued a memorandum circular na wherein kapag ikaw yung magpapabakuna o di kaya sasamahan mo yung kamag-anak mo magpabakuna, hindi yun considered as absent on the part of the worker. Kundi para siyang official business, hindi yan leave, parang siyang official business. So dito rin, ina-advise na kung pwede, ina-encourage yung mga kumpanya na magkaroon din ng ganyan. Or, i-encourage ang ating mga workers na magpapakuna. There came a time that even the booster, right now, meron ng mga arrangements with Department of Health or the Centers for Health Development, yung mga regional offices ng DOH, na magkaroon ng vaccination sa loob ng ating workplaces, even for the booster shots. So ito po yung mga bakuna natin po, mga different na bakuna. So, kung ano yung mga coverage. But right now, ang mga boosters, ang mayroon tayong, nandito naman na. Pfizer, pwede sa 5 years old and above. Moderna from 12 years old and above. Yun ang mga bakuna binibigay sa ating mga sa pamilya. Ano po? So, please take note of this at lalo na kung ilang doses ang kailangan at pagitan. And the booster dose, actually, binibigay po yan 3 months after your last dose ng primary series. Okay. So, yun yung bigayan naman ng booster dose. Sa mga hindi pa nagpapabooster, mas maigi po magpabooster na kayo para at least ma-improve yung immune system ng ating katawan. Very important po. So, eto na po ito. For Janssen, wala pa naman siyang na humulugos booster. So, you can get either AstraZeneca, Pfizer, or Moderna at least 2 months after your last dose. Anyway, 1 dose lang naman ang Janssen. So thereafter, yung iba, at least 3 months. Ano po? Alam ko, ang DOH ngayon nag-roll out na sa mga malls ng booster doses. Pwede na kayong mag-book in. Avail nyo na po yan. So, just for your information, FYI po, no, ito yung mga priority COVID-19 vaccination schedule actually. Lalo na sa first series, yung first 2 doses. So, may mga priority eligibles po tayo, A1, 2, 3. Pero right now kasi, rest of the population na po tayo. So, for all na. So, for your info din, nice to know na ito yung mga prioritization lalo na kapag worker ka. Ano po? So, as to the compliance and monitoring, there are agencies actually na involved in the compliance and monitoring and enforcement po ng ating public health standards. Ito yung lalo na kapag if your company would want or your agency would want to avail of the safety seal. So we have to be guided with this particular joint memorandum circular. Although optional na ang pagkakaroon ng safety seal as per bagong regulation po ng IATF, pero mas maigi rin na magkaroon tayo ng safety seal because it is actually, parang napapanatag si kliyente nyo makipag-negotiate sa inyo, makipag-transact ng business sa inyo kasi alam mong sumusunod si kumpanya ng protocols, minimum public safety and health protocols against COVID-19. Yon. So kapanatagan din actually ito ng loob, lalo na sa ating mga partners, mga clients. So if you want to download risk communication packages, it is available po sa website po ng DOH. Okay. I think that would be all. So Miss Kate, balik po sa inyo for our Q&A portion. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig.
Thank you so much. Yes, now we're going on our question and answer portion. We have several questions here already, but for those of you who would like to ask a question, you can either type it in the chat box or click the raise hand button. We will allow you to ask your question directly. And I am seeing someone raising their hand. Let's allow him to unmute himself. Sir Emerson, do you have a question? You may ask your question directly. Sir Emerson? You're unmuted now. You can ask your question.
Yes po, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding dun sa wire lang kanina kay Doc, nabanggit niya kasi na hindi na kailangan magpasa ng COVID wire monthly, yearly na lang po. Tama po ba? Parang hindi ko pa siya masyadong narinig kanina.
Okay. Ulitin ko lang po, thank you for that clarification lang because there was already an issuance na binigay o nilabas si Department of Labor and Employment wherein nakasasabi na hindi na nire-require ang lahat ng kumpanya mag-submit ng COVID WAIR monthly. So ipapasok mo nyo na lang ang COVID cases sa regular WAIR. Mayroon kasing binasubmit ang mga safety officers na WAIR buwan-buwan. So
Yes,
doon
po,
na lang natin ipapasok yon. Pero dapat pa rin i-integrate ang number of COVID cases sa annual medical report form na sinasubmit naman annually.
Yes po, sir.
Wala na yung special form for COVID. Regular na lang siya na kaso.
Yes, yung incident and accident report na lang po ni WAIR yung monthly.
Yes, opo. Parang ordinaryong kaso na lang siya.
Okay po, sir. Thank you for information. Tama-tama, magpapasa nga po ako ng WAIR.
Sa regional office po ha. Ay, by the way, to all our HR practitioners here and the safety and health officers, please check with your Department of Labor and Employment websites kasi karamihan sa kanila hindi na tumatanggap ng physical forms. Meaning, nire-require mo nang isubmit online. Online na lang, hindi na sila. So, tingnan nyo muna kasi baka yung Dole Regional Office nyo ay wala pang capability for that. So, well, you have to submit it physically. Otherwise, there are Dole Regional Offices or even field offices that would only accept online submissions and no longer the physical submission. So check nyo po sa Dole offices nyo.
Okay po. Thank you po, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for your question, Emerson. We have another one who's raising their hands. We have actually a lot of participants raising their hands, so let's handle their questions. We have next is Eric. Eric, yes?
Yes, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Salamat po sa napakaganda pong seminar. My question is regarding also for the WAIR filing. Kasi naka-portal na po siya as we have. Ang problema lang po sa side namin, we are a job contracting company that we're assigning people to different locations, different client locations. And the problem is yung registration, dapat dun lang po kumbaga sa location ng kung saan po sila na-assign. The problem is, do we have still to register because ang aming pong mga tao ay nasa isang building din po with the client. So do we have to register to Dole locations or Dole portal regarding, or gagamitin na lang po namin sarili po naming registration to sum up? Kasi sa amin po buong Pilipinas po yung sakop po namin.
Thank you for that, Sir Eric po. No? Yan ang karamihang mga tanong lalo na kapag subcontractor tayo. Di po ba? Okay. Ganito po. Usually, ang mga kumpanya, ang mga kumpanya, yung mga kumpanya mismo, yung principal, magsasubmit siya ng sariling WAIR, sariling submissions, sariling forms. They may or may not include the subcontractors. They may or may not include the subcontractors. So, ibig sabihin, dapat ang mga subcontractor mag-submit din ng sarili nila. Ang sunod na tanong doon is, Doc, paano yan? Siyempre, may hiwa-hiwalay yan. So, kailangan, kasi may issue dyan, Rule 1020, yung registration, di po ba? Hindi naman ata kayo nag-uopisina doon na tipong kasi nagde-deploy lang kayo ng personnel, di po ba? So, yung main office nyo pa rin ang magsasubmit. Lalo na kapag isa lang o dalawa lang, janitor ang binibigay nyo, ganyan. Yung kayo, nasa main office ang magsasubmit niyan. Unless otherwise, mayroon kayong yung tipong madami na kayo. Yung tipong mayroon kayong office, like the construction. Sa construction kasi, di ba, may mga subcon na nag-uopisina na doon. So they have to submit separately with the principal. iba naman yung submission ng corporate office ng subcon.
Yes, follow-up questions lang po. So, medyo ano lang po kasi, grab the opportunity na po. The concern is, store operations po kasi po yung sinasindan po namin ng mga tao. So, the registration, the requirements is for having a registration sa portal is yung mayor's permit ng location ng building. Ang problema po, wala po kami noon. So, paano po kami kaya makaka-register on that?
Kaya
Medyo
kasi
yun lang po.
kung anong tao lang naman ninyo ay tawag nito, nagdi-deploy lang naman kayo ng personnel, I don't think that would be an issue unless otherwise, gaya nga ng nabanggit ko doon sa construction na mayroong kang medyo matagal ka, di ba? I mean, may physical office talaga kayo for the subcon doon. And that's the time that you have to submit separately.
So summary lang po yung gagawin po namin.
Yeah.
Thank you po, Doc. Maraming po salamat.
You're welcome. I Miss Kate, parang may napansin ako dito na mga nahuhuli daw ng 3 times na lumalabag ng protocol.
Yes, we have that question.
Opo.
Okay, I'll read that question first. Pag nahuli ng 3 times na lumabag sa protocol ng company, yung mga employee, like nahuli sila nakikipag-usap together without face mask, lawful po ba if dahil doon ma-terminate sila?
Thank you, Miss Kate. And thank you din, Sir Mark Louis Cunanan, for the question. Terminate agad? Yun ang unang tanong ko. Terminate agad? Kawawa naman si worker. Pero ganito lang yun. Dapat nasa pulisiya po ng ating kumpanya kung ano yung magiging sanctions for those who will be violating any of our guidelines. So dapat nandoon po yan sa pulisiya ng ating kumpanya. And I don't think naman termination agad. Mayroon naman natin suspension o di kaya ano nga po nang tawag nun? Parang reprimand. Diba? Pero naka-201 file na yun. O, diba? Well, anyway, in this case, 3 times naman na for as long as nag-follow kayo ng procedures at nasusulat yan sa guidelines ninyo, well, you can do that. Basta alam na, okay, take note whatever policy that we implement, the workers of our company should know about that. Now, kung empleyado ng subcon ang concern, hindi kayo makakapag-terminate nun kasi hindi naman yung empleyado yan, hindi naman kayong principal. So you have to refer the case to the subcon. Kunyari janitor ang ang nagkasala, hindi nyo naman direct employee yan So hindi kayo makakapag-terminate nun. So i-refer nyo yung kaso na yan doon sa subcon ninyo for them to act on the matter. Hindi kayo magte-terminate ng subcon nyo or else yung empleyado ng subcon or else baka ma-misconstrue yan ng dole na empleyado nyo yan. Magbabayad kayo dyan. Okay. I hope nasagot ko yon. Thank you.
We have another question here in the chat box. Let me just read it before we again move on to our live questions. I think this one's a clarification. Doc, hindi na po ba ina-acknowledge ang saliva test? This is from Reynaldo.
Hindi naman sa hindi siya ina-acknowledge pero kasi hindi ganun siya kaganda yung specificity and sensitivity. Kaya we would prefer pa rin the oropharyngeal at saka nasopharyngeal swab, RT-PCR.
Okay, thank you for that. Another one from Azarias, required by the law. Required na po ba by the law ang safety officer? Is it mandatory?
Yes po, both in the government and in the private sector. In the private sector, if you don't have any safety officer, may penalty po yan let me check May bayad, may multa po yan to as much as wala kang safety officer, 40,000 pesos per day until corrected.
Wow.
40,000 po yan. Araw-araw hanggang makorek.
Okay. So now you guys know, if you don't have one, hire one. Okay, here goes. The next one is from Julius. Doc, meron kasi kami ibang client kahit fully vaccinated na mga tao namin, hihingan pa rin kami ng antigen test nila. Is this mandatory until now?
Hindi na po with the new IATF guidelines, lalo na kapag nasa alert level 1 yung site, hindi na po. Pero dependent yun sa kumpanya na papasukan ninyo. Kasi syempre, inaalagaan din ng kumpanya ng pinapasukan ninyo ang mga empleyado nila. So we have to follow their guidelines. Yun po.
Next question. I'm just finishing the first questions na I got here in the chat box, and then we'll move on to our live questions. Okay, this one's from James. Nasa DOLE LA po ba ang vaccination schedule? Is it not considered as leave?
Mayroong advisory na nilabas po ang Department of Labor and Employment on that. Ini-encourage lang po ang mga private companies po no, na i-consider siya as a leave. I mean, hindi siya i-consider as a leave rather. Na hindi siya i-consider as a leave. Pero it would be dependent again with the company. Kasi in-encourage siya actually na huwag sanang gawing leave para mahikayat yung mga workers ng papakuna.
Okay. Next one. This one is from JB. May safety seal na po kami. Kailangan po ba nakapost yun?
Yes, I mean, mas maganda pong nakapost kasi yung kapanatagan ng loob ng ating kliyente at mga empleyado. Nandoon na, ang kumpanya ko ay safe pumasok, safe makipag-transact ng business kasi they strictly follow the protocols. Yon. Mas maganda nakapost. Okay lang din kung ayaw nyo i-post, wala namang problema yun. Pero yun lang. Minsan yung mga empleyado parang katakot ata pumasok, baka magkasakit ako sa loob, di ba? Parang ganyan. Yun.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's move on to our live questions. Let's call on our next. We have Julius. Julius, please turn on your camera and ask your question. Julius?
Wala na. Naninok na. Tinginin.
Okay, I think hindi pa ready si Julius. Let's move on to Judy Ann. Judy Ann, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello po, good morning. Naririnig po ako, ma'am?
Yes po, good morning po.
Good morning po, Doc. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. Actually, we are a private institution. We are under educational system, sir. Yung first question ko po is, yung safety seal certification po ba is applicable to educational institutions, sir?
Yes po. Ang magte-test, ang magche-check sa inyo kung hindi ako nagkakamali ay hindi depende. Wait lang ha.
Sir?
For educational establishments, meron kasi mga assignments yan eh. Hotel, dole, malls. I think that would be the local Department of Interior and Local Government.
So LGU siya, sir?
Yes, LGU.
Okay. Sir, may follow-up lang po ako.
Yes, po.
Actually, narinig ko na po siya kanina kasi we normally require our newly hired teachers or non-teaching personnel na on-site po kasi yung mga teachers namin is work from home. Pero yung amin pong mga non-teaching personnel is on-site na sila. And we are requiring them, sir, to have test sa COVID test po, sir, even if they are fully vaccinated. So again, sir, kanina narinig ko na nga po na it's for the safety, and that is also our reason why we are asking them to get test po even if they are fully vaccinated, sir. So okay lang naman po yun, sir.
Okay lang naman po yun, walang problema nun. Pero take nota, kayong gagastos nun.
Okay, okay. Sige sir, take noted po dyan
Kayo
sir.
gagastusin, hindi yung manggagawa ha.
Opo, but
Kasi
most,
magkano yun? 3,000 yun.
okay.
Oo, may 1,000 yun. Pag magpapatest sila, mayat maya.
Hindi naman sir, maya-maya. Yung ano lang sir, kapag pumasok po sila, first day
Ayun na
ng
nga.
work nila. Opo.
No, di ba? Mayat maya
Okay.
magpapatest. Siyempre papasok yan araw-araw. O sabihin natin linggo-lingguhan or twice a month.
Opo.
Pera din
So,
yun nalalabas sa kanila.
okay. Sige sir.
Kaya yun,
Last na.
kaya pumasok yung ano na yun, na optional na siya.
Mhm.
Although mas maganda na natetest pa rin. Walang problema yun, pero dapat gagastusin yun ng kumpanya.
Opo.
Kaya ang pumasok na optional na siya simply because mayroon tayong mga economic repercussions din doon.
Mhm.
Yun.
Okay. So, pwede naman namin i-shoulder na lang, sir, ni company in case na talagang need. Okay, sige po, sir.
Importante
Sir,
nga yun
na.
yung monitoring. Walang problema.
Oo nga,
Miss Judy.
sir. Kasi po ang reason namin, sir, is yun nga po, may mga instance na nag-hire kami, sir, and then we don't even ask them to take test tapos fully vaccinated. Pero suddenly, ilang araw lang po nagkaroon ng symptoms yung ibang kasamahan. So, we need to lock down the area kasi most sa kanila nagkaroon. So, ganun po. Anyway, sir, last na lang po. We only have one employee na po na unvaccinated po siya, sir. So, again, sa testing po, sir, we require her to get tested po. Is it possible na gawin namin yun every 2 weeks? Kasi ayaw niya talaga magpa-vaccine, sir.
Actually, yes po. Ganun nga po ang mangyayari. Siya na lang po ang itetest nyo every twice
a week, sir. I'm sorry.
Every 14 days.
Every 14 days.
Yun.
Okay.
So, 15:30.
Opo.
So, siya, mas priority siyang itest
Opo.
as opposed to those vaccinated.
Yes, sir. Pero ano po yun, sir? Shoulder po ba ni company or?
Yan ang pag-uusapan nyo with the worker considering na hindi siya nagpabakuna.
Kasi sir, aside, kaya ko rin po natanong kasi sir, nakita nga din po namin na if level 1 and assuming na lahat naman po ay meron na pong enough na vaccine. So siya talaga, sir, ayaw niya talaga.
For whatever reason, oo.
whatever
Walang contraindication, walang absolute contraindication sa bakuna maliban na lang kung may allergy ka doon sa component na yun.
Opo.
Kahit hypertensive ka, diabetic ka, pwede mong bakunahan.
Yes. Thank you po. Maraming salamat po, Doc.
You're
Thank
welcome
you very much po.
Thank you so much for your question, Judy. And next, before we move on to another live question, here's an interesting question here in the chat box. I think everyone would really want to know this. Good morning, Doc. May I ask? This one is from John Rimel Canlas. Okay, here's the question. Good morning, Doc. May I ask, how long will the vaccination immunity last for COVID? How long if booster was taken?
Okay. Paano ba? Di ko masagot yan ng diretsyo kasi mayroong mga studies na pumapasok mayat maya. Pero ang last na banggit ng mga immunologists is that lalo na yung interval ng last dose mo doon sa magiging booster mo, although sinasabi na binabanggit na 3 months, kumbaga 3 months after your last dose, mas maigi magpa-booster ka na. Pero there are actually studies na pumapasok ngayon na the longer you wait, the better na yung interval ba for the booster. Mag-antay ka ng matagal, like 6 months, mas maganda yung effect. Bakit? Kasi mas lalong nag-i-spike yung tumataas yung immunity mo against the virus. Now, as to kailan ang susunod, kailan ang susunod na second booster, third booster, kung mayroon man, that would be dependent pa doon sa mga studies na papasok ngayon. So, medyo fluid pa, lalo na kapag after yung booster mo. Kasi maya't maya may pumapasok na studies and our government, actually, our experts are are analyzing all those information, all those data. So, masasagot ko lang yan doon yung sa booster kasi yun ang mga information na natatanggap namin. But for the after the booster, yung pang aantayin natin na guidelines actually. Yun. So we have to wait kung ano, anyway, the government will issue guidelines for that. Basta for the booster, ang sinasabi ngayon, mas maigi mabakunahan ka 3 months after your second dose, pero there are studies that would indicate na mas maganda mag-antay ka kahit after 6 months kasi mas mataas ang spike ng immunity mo. Ibig sabihin, mas protective siya. Yun.
Okay.
I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
that, Doc. Okay, we'll move on to our next question. Julius, please. You may ask your question now.
Ay, okay na ma'am. Nasagot na po kanina ni Doc.
Okay then.
Regarding na po dun sa sa testing. Kasi meron po kaming clients na nagre-require pa rin until now ng mga antigen testing. Until I think it is a prerogative naman po ng company, Doc. Tama po ba? Okay.
Yes po. Siyempre kasi inaalagaan din nila yung empleyado nila. Kaya although ang guidelines there, but hindi maiiwasan their safety officers or the Safety and Health Committee would recommend otherwise.
Yes, sir. They're still recommending that kind of test. Pero alam ko meron na tayong guidelines. Pero if it's a prerogative, I think we should comply.
Yes po. Miss Kate? Opo, thank you din po, Sir Julius. Miss Kate, may nakita po kasi akong tanong dito sa chat box.
Yes.
Opo.
Sure.
Wala siya bigla.
One moment. We will go to the questions in the chat box in a little while, Doc.
Sige po. Nawala eh. Sige, okay
Let's
lang.
answer some of the questions ng ating mga live viewers here. So next is Ezra Justin Fajardo. Sir, you can ask your question now. Please unmute.
Hello po, good morning. Good
morning po.
Good noon, Doc. Tanong ko lang po kasi dito sa company namin, naka-program siya every month that all employees will undergo antigen test. Then, since fully vaccinated naman majority of our employees, then others received booster shots, advisable pa po ba yung antigen every month or pwede na natin siyang i-waive?
Good question. Actually, hindi ako nag-advocate ng antigen testing because the chances of false negative results mataas. Again, kung positive ang iyong worker na wala naman symptoms, negative pa rin ang result nun. So sayang lang ang gastos niyo.
Oo nga.
Yun. So self-monitoring na lang. Kung magpapatest man, mas maigi RT-PCR. Kaso mahal. Hindi bababa ng 1,000 yun.
Kaya natin po.
Oo. So self-monitoring na lang. At saka, again, hindi ko talaga ako nag-advocate, sorry for the antigen testing unless otherwise symptomatic si worker.
Okay po. Thank you po, Doc.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. And next question from JB and Cruz. JB? JB, can you hear us?
Morning po, Miss JB.
Narinig na po ba ako?
Yes.
Yes po.
Ma'am, nasagot na po ni Doc yung tanong ko po kanina.
Okay. For those of you who has their hands raised pero nasagot na po yung question, please lower your hand para po hindi na namin matapos. Thank you so much, Ms. JB Ann.
Another question po ulit, ma'am.
You have a different question?
Yes po.
Okay, sure.
Ma'am, Doc, tanong ko lang din po about din po kay Dodo. Yung meron po kasi kaming dalawang agency na ang tanong ko lang po kasi doon is kailangan din po ba si agency ay mayroon din pong safety officer dito sa planta?
Pwede. Depende sa usapan po ninyo. Pwede.
Okay po. So, kailangan po din po ba kailangan din po ba na sila din po ang kailangan din po ba ay meron din po ba silang nurse or doctor na
Depende rin sa usapan po ninyo.
depende pa rin.
Pwede, opo. Kasi depende sa kontrata ninyo, pwede yung i-cater nyo lang, yung doctor at nurse yung i-cater nyo lang, ay yung sarili nyo lang empleyado. Now, your subcon will have their own doctors and nurses as well.
Okay
Depende
po,
sa usapan nyo po yun. Opo. Pero kung walang kayong kontrata, automatic ang principal ang mag-a-assume ng role na yun.
Sige po, Doc.
You're welcome po.
Thank you so much, JD. Okay, we'll go to our next live question. Azarias.
Hello, good morning po.
Good morning po, sir.
Ang question ko about audiovisual industry kasi
okay.
so bago lang siya sa occupational safety and health. Actually wala pang 1 year na naglabas sila ng training for audiovisual industry na mga safety officers. Medyo vague pa kasi yung law about the audiovisual industry. When I say audiovisual industry, it pertains to theater, live events, filming and shooting, taping. So yung mga ganon. Kasi ayun, meron required po ba talaga, number one, by the law na I mean may sanction kung hindi mo gagawin na magkaroon ng safety officer? Kasi ang napapansin ko, they don't do that, number one. Number two, they are relying on the safety officer ng venue. Like kunwari, kung sa hotel gaganapin yung event, hindi na sila nag-hire ng safety officer. Ang inaano na lang ginagamit nila na may safety officer. Ginagamit nilang excuse is may safety officer na nakatalaga sa hotel. Tapos, halimbawa sa mga LGU na events, lagi nilang sinasabi na meron naman safety officer na nakatalaga sa LGU na yon. So, nandun yon. Pero nakikita ko wala. And also, iba kasi ang safety officer na workplace or sa hotel, iba rin dapat, I think iba yung safety officer for events mismo na nakatutok mismo sa events. Kasi kung safety officer ka sa sa hotel, ang tutok mo yung sa hotel. Hindi mo tututukan yung event sa isang sa isang area lang ng hotel, like kunwari sa isang ballroom. So ayun pa, one last thing. Another thing is hindi rin nasusunod yung prescribed ng OHSC na ilang number of safety officer or anong kasi like kapag more than 50 na, 'di ba, dapat na SO2 na. Tapos pagka medium risk na kailangan may at least may SO3 na. Pero I don't think nasusunod 'yon. So minsan naman sa events kahit more than 50, SO1 lang yung nilalagay nila. So, meron bang law na nag-regulate sa audiovisual industry na pwede silang ma-sanction if they don't follow it?
Meron po, sir. That would still be Department Order 198, Series of 2018, issued by the Department of Labor and Employment. Although FDCP issued a similar memorandum circular that would govern the OSH in the film. And training nyo pa nga ay hindi BOSH SHOTS ang tawag, di po ba? Safety and Health Officers Training Seminar. Yun. So, tama po kayo na dapat ang bawat site na kung saan mayroon kayong kung saan kayo nagsushoot, meron kayong safety officer. Medyo may mali lang kayo on the part of the safety officer of the hotel na kunyari ang safety officer ng hotel hindi niya pakikialaman ang event na yon. Hindi. May solidary liability din kasi si hotel eh. So somehow ang safety officer ng principal mangingialam din doon sa event na yon. So makikipag-coordinate siya doon sa safety officer ng event na yon. Kasi ano man mangyari doon, pananagutan pa rin ni safety officer ng hotel. Pero requirement, yun ang naging reason kung bakit lumalabas yung na-propose yung Eddie Garcia bill.
Yes.
Because walang safety officer ang isang production outfit doon sa event na yon. Na obviously, na-prevent dapat sana yung pagkatisod niya at yung disgrasya na yon. So requirement po ang safety officer. Tama po kayo doon. Iba pa kasi yung dynamics ng event sa loob ng event na yon. So dapat mayroon siyang dedicated safety officer. As to the level, mayroon din po. Again, may penalty po kapag walang safety officer ang isang site, no, yung event na yon, pwede po kayong mamultahan kung may magreklamo po, no, lalo na pag may magreklamo. At in-encourage kayo magreklamo. Pwede mamultahan yung outfit na yon ng 40,000 kada araw until makorek yung issue na yon.
So, I understand po na pwede naman may kinalaman pa rin yung hotel na safety officer. Pero di po ba dapat meron ding isang safety officer na talagang for events? Kumbaga,
yes
aside
po.
Hotel,
dapat mayroon po.
O, yun. Tapos, one more thing. Yung 40,000 per day, for example, event, one day na event lang po. One day event. Sa one day event na yun, paano po yung counting nun? So, until hindi sila nagbabayad? Everyday
until hindi po na-provide yung safety officer, kahit one day event lang po yun, siyempre, mayroon pa rin mga ibang events. May safety officer ba sa ibang events? So, until such time that production outfit will produce the safety officer. Kahit wala na yung event na yon, hahanapin yon. Asan ang safety officer nyo? Dok, wala na sir, wala na kaming event eh. Bakit? Yun lang bang event ninyo? Sarado na kayo after?
So, per event po, hindi na siya yung per everyday na na you're not...
yes po, per event talaga naman po. Per site yun, di po. Per site yun.
Like sa shooting, kung everyday yung shooting, everyday din yung
Yes po. Naging question din yan ng isang artista na nag-safety officer. Every event po.
Thank you po.
Yes po. Thank you din po, sir. See you sa training.
Thank you so much for your questions, Azarias. Parang ang dami namin natutunan dahil sa question mo. So maraming salamat. We're down to, okay, we still have a few more minutes left so we can still entertain a few more questions. Neil Escanan. Neil?
Hello, good morning, Ms. Kate.
Good morning, Sir Neil.
Hello, Ms. Kate. Doc, nice to see you again. I'm one of your students in industrial hygiene last year.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hello. Sir, ang question ko is I just want a help, tulong galing sa inyo, advice. Because we are enforcing or always nagpa-follow sa IETF resolutions every time that there are changes. Ngayon, sir, during nung nag-downgrade na yung level natin, ay yung shuttle namin is 100 capacity na yung
100% capacity, yes.
Yes po. Ngayon, Doc, di ba may tayo,
may COVID pa rin.
May physical distancing. Ngayon, pag sinasaway namin yung mga empleyado ngayon, sasabihin lang sa amin, sa shuttle nga, dikit-dikit. Tapos dito, na kayo. Di ba? So it's very difficult for us to mga ganong how we're going to implement yung physical distancing if hindi naman tayo nagko-comply sa transportation.
Oo. Actually, challenge po talaga siya, but we really have to emphasize the need for the positive safety and health culture sa ating behavior na yon sa ating mga manggagawa. In fact, maisingit ko lang, ang theme ngayon ng World Day for Safety and Health 2022 ngayong April 28 ay acting to build a positive safety and health culture. So, yun ang pagtutuunan natin ng pansin, behavioral. Okay, Sir Nin, mahirap yun. Actually, mahirap yun. Because mahirap mag-establish ng culture, lalo na kapag ang tao, ang manggagawa ay nasanay sa the usual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because of the perks of the usual. Pero we have to build the necessary and the positive safety and health culture to prevent and control the spread of the virus.
Okay, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kate.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for that question. Okay, because of the time, we're down to our last two. We'll do this last live question and last question in the chat box. First, Matt, can you open your video and ask your question?
So naririnig po?
Yes, we can hear you.
Po.
Okay. Okay po, Doc. Thank you for the very informative seminar ngayon. And yung question pa lang po is for clarifications po regarding sa interval ng mga vaccines like other vaccines. Like dito kasi sa aming company, Doc, is requiring our new employee, most especially sa mga production po namin, Doc, for the anti-flu and anti-tetano for their safety. So if ever po yung aming new employee, Doc, is booster lang and need na po niyang mag-report sa work, ano po yung or prescribed na interval for the anti-flu and the anti-tetano kung nakabooster na po yung tao?
Okay. Ganito. With regards to COVID-19, kay booster yan, first dose, second dose, dapat 1 month ang interval doon sa ibang bakuna. So kung kunyari, nabakunahan ka ng flu today, hindi ka pwedeng kumuha ng kahit anong COVID-19 vaccine until after 1 month pa. Bakit ako ganun? Kasi di natin alam kung ang effect kung nilagnat ka o yung adverse effect na mayroon yung bakuna ay dahil sa flu vaccine mo or dahil sa COVID-19 vaccine. Yun. So, yun na importante. Actually, halos lahat naman ng bakuna, 1 month ang interval. Maliban lang sa rabies, na rabies is sinasabay pang tetanus, pwede yun. Pero tetanus to COVID, tetanus to mumps, COVID to flu, 1 month talagang interval nun. Yun. So 1 month.
Okay, thank you so much for your question, Mac. And we're down to our last question. This is the last question here in the chat box. Okay, this one's from Charmaine. Meron po kaming empleyado na hindi pa nakapagpabakuna. Anong treatment doon since 2 months na siyang hindi napasok? Wow.
Wow. HR matter talaga yung bonggang-bongga yan. We have to go back with the policy and guidelines na mayroon tayo sa opisina po, no? Na although in-encourage na lahat ng manggagawa ay mapapakunahan, pero for whatever reason, di mo lang po pwedeng ma-impose yun, kasi mayroon pa rin free will si worker. Hindi mo pwede naman siya ma-discriminate, hindi mo siyang papasukin. Pero gaya nung nabanggit kanina nung unang previous speaker, na siguro siya na lang yung bibigyan, i-require nyo ipatest. Ipatest every, ba yun? 14 days? Yun. Siya na lang i-require nyo ipatest every 14 days. Tapos kung negative ang results, saan nyo siya papapasukin? Kumbaga, or else i-undergo siya ng quarantine. As to kung sino ang magbabayad, that has to be discussed between the worker and the company. Kasi again, bakit naman ayaw niya magpabakuna? Yun lang tanong ko. Lahat ng tao nagpabakuna na, di ba? Maawa naman siya sa mga kasama niya sa bahay, lalo na pag may matanda siyang kasama sa bahay. Mas nakaka yun kasi kung hindi ka bakunado, ang variant na makuha mo, wag naman sana Delta pa pati. O di pag maipasa mo yan, pure form yan na ipapasa mo. 'Di ba? So malala ang makakatanggap maaaring asymptomatic sa kanya, naging symptomatic dun sa matatanda, lalo na kapag hindi pa bakunado. Yun lang. Emphasize pa rin natin ang kahalagahan ng bakuna actually sa lahat. Yun ang very, very important. Kasi ang bakuna ay hindi lamang para sa atin, kundi para din sa ating kamag-anak, nanay, tatay, matatanda, lolo, lola, at mga anak natin at pamangkin na bata pa at hindi pa nababakunahan. Yun. Maawa kayo sa kanila. Yun. Yun lang po. Pero again, we go back to the policy. Your company should have a policy on that. Okay? I think I hope I answered the question.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po, Doc. Because of that, by the way, before anything else, for those of you who still have questions, I know we ran out of time already, but please send your questions to us, email it to Ariva. We will all send them to our speaker, and I hope, Doc, you can answer them, send it back to us, and then we'll send you the answers to your questions. So please.
Sure.
Email your questions to us. I know a lot of questions. Ang dami-dami kong nabasang questions. As much as I want to read everything, we don't have time anymore. So we would like to still help you out. Send your questions. We will send your questions to Doc. Doc will answer them, send it back to us, and then ipapadala namin sa inyo. So maraming salamat for that, Doc. There you go. Now you can see that we have your handouts already. The link to your handouts is here. It's a chat box. Click that link so you can download it. And this is the time for me to present the certificate of appreciation to our speaker. Let me just read it. Ariva Academy, learning development at its finest, gratefully presents the certificate of appreciation to Jeremiah Martin Florante for generously sharing his professional expertise, invaluable knowledge, and wisdom to the delegates of SafetyWorks, healthy and safe work environment, mitigating and preventing the spread of COVID-19 in the workplace. Held on March 30, 2022 via Zoom platform, signed by the Chairman and Chief Strategist Learning and Producer J.M. Matienzo and President and Chief Learning and Development Strategist Michelle Irish Malonda Samson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for our speaker. Maraming salamat. We really appreciate lahat po ng learnings na inyong na-share and the questions na inyong nasagot. Marami pong natulungan yon. So thank you so much, and to all of our participants, thank you so much also. Now I would like to invite everyone to turn on their cameras. Before we leave, let's have one group photo. Ayan. There you go. You're seeing the beautiful faces of our participants. Maraming nag-aayos kasi alam nila mag-picture. Ganun talaga, no? Sanay pa rin na nag-aayos tayo. Very good. There you go. I'm seeing a lot of thank yous here in the chat box. For those of you who don't have their cameras, that's okay. But for those of you who have their cameras, please turn them on. Join us in this group photo. And we'd like to ask the assistance of our technical director this morning. Jeff, can you help us out?
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Kate. So guys, please enable your camera before we start for the group picture. Okay, let's wait for the others. Come on guys, open your camera. Minsan lang po to Magpa-picture with our speaker.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, we will all be together in one photo.
Yes. Okay, guys, get ready for the first shot. Okay, come on, guys. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more this time. Let's do a finger heart po. Finger heart po, like sa Korea. Okay, show me some love. Okay, get ready, guys. Another one. And 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much, Jeff. In behalf of everyone from Ariva Academy, I'd like to say thank you so much to all of our participants for being with us on this beautiful, wonderful Wednesday morning. We are looking forward to welcoming you again in our future learning events. For those of you who are interested in finding out more about our learning events, you can visit our website, www.ariva.com.ph. You will see the details of all of our upcoming online learning events there. In the meantime, let's all keep safe. Maraming salamat. By the way, it's lunchtime, so bon appetit, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Download the
Academy would like to thank the following win-win partners. Official media partner, Art Plus Magazine. Digital media partners, Focus Media Audiovisuals Incorporated, the largest digital out-of-home advertising network in the Philippines. Globaltronics, leading digital
Thank you po
innovator.
sa lahat. Bye po.
City Advertising Ventures Corporation. We boost your brand.
Thank you po.
Outcome. Elevate Media. Ariva Academy would also like to thank the following companies. Brother, at your side. Faber-Castell. Gluta C. Moringa O2. KFC, it's finger licking good. Mr. Donut. Tokyo. Lotus Biscoff. Finma Properties, making room to build your future. Creative Voices, Certified Voice Artist Program. Mighty Tech, Advertising and Merchandising. Le Jardin, Printing Services. Purple Rockstar, be on top, stay on top. Business Mirror, a broader look at today's business.
Ariva Academy. Salamat, Ariva Academy.